This box is giving me anxiety. It's already yelling at me to open it. It says, just open me already. We are highlighting today the brand Lush, and we made an online purchase. I've known about Lush for a while, have known about their packaging-free stores and their whole goal of creating naked products. And as somebody in packaging who helps brands reduce packaging as much as possible, that intrigues me. How do they solve some of these challenges? And you know, this mantra they have, this less is more, none is better. I love it. Anyways, cool box. It says handmade cosmetics, fresh, handmade, which they're like vegetarian or vegan cosmetics as well. So in case you're hungry. Some branded tape. Some of their values are right here on the outside. Fighting animal testing, freshest cosmetics, 100% vegetarian, ethically buying. So again, they're really being upfront. I love when brands are really upfront about their values right here on their packaging. So let's cut it open. Ka-chow, ka-chow, ka-chow. All right, what are we dealing with here? Again, so there's they've got kind of all over fruits and vegetables and insects printed on this pattern here. But the first thing that you read, and this is a space that not enough brands really leverage and take advantage of, and it's so simple. They've addressed all the different forms of packaging that they have and really talked about what you do with them. You can, you know, put them in your backyard composting, you can recycle or reuse them. Love it. Already love what they've done. So this overall print continues here. And, you know, they've made the decision. These have been around for a long time. This is nothing new, but these starch peanuts. I don't know if these are like a potato starch or something, but I wouldn't recommend it. You can eat them. And you can also toss them in your yard and hose them down, and they dissolve. They, you know, truly if there was ever a biodegradable, that's going to be a good option. So that's cool. It is peanuts, which, you know, are messy. Dang it. I'm in a mess back there. So I don't love peanuts, but you can't fault them for that choice. These are a really good option for void fill. Could they have used paper instead, just paper dunnage? Sure, yes. This is a bath bomb that is a hippopotamus. Cool. Incredibly simple, just tucked into this, which gives it a little bit of padding, you know, with the bag around it. Here's another one. I saw powder coming out of this one, so hopefully this one's in okay shape. Yeah, pretty good. I mean, these things shed a little bit anyways, but this is a large bath bomb thing, and little powder. And then lastly, inside of this box, and again, this print continues kind of all through that pattern. Super cool. Just really highlights what they're all about. Lastly, inside of here, we have a little gift. Winter Wonderland, to and from. So this is something that you can gift to somebody else. Talks about what's inside of it. There's a ribbon. I'm actually a little surprised they didn't use like a twine or some kind of a rope or hemp string, just based off of everything else that they've done. Because I can already tell here that this is a corrugated box structure. And it appears to not have a laminate on it. All right, so it's a cool little corrugated, neat structure. I want to rip it apart, but before I rip it apart, it is, this gift was lovingly packed by Cora's team. So Cora, whomever and wherever you are, thank you for packing this gift. This is a micro flute corrugated structure, white. Come on. Oddly, it wasn't made to come apart. I just want to see how it's constructed here. So there's a panel that is slipped inside of this octagonal lid, and really all these components, it's all these flaps are just folded down. So, you know, I think cool die line, cool way of making that. Bottom is the same thing. So it's, again, a micro flute corrugated structure. Oh, I've not seen these before. These are more starch peanuts, but they're kind of a extruded star shape. So pretty cool. I think, you know, as far as a festive holiday way of doing that, that's awesome. This Christmas holiday gift is called Winter Wonderland, and already cool. You know, it looks wrapped. They didn't really. There's a tiny bit of branding on the bottom of it, but this is not Lush branded, right? They've gone with just cool patterns and cool colors, and inside of it, a tiny bit messy. So it looks like we have another, you know, powdered bath bomb that has kind of rubbed off on some of this stuff here. So there's a little purple pixie dust all over the place, but it's not like it's broken up or crumbled. It's just a little messy. And then we have two tubs that look like they're just injection molded polypropylene tubs. This one's made by Sheldon. It's just a shorter tub. So again, they talk about these tubs and your ability to return them to the store. I believe was right when you open the box, how to recycle these things. This is a rose jam made by, can't read that quite, Huang? Can't totally read that. You know, it looks like just a stock PET bottle with a pressure sensitive label on it. Not the best applied label, but yeah, it's got wrinkles and stuff in it, and just a little flip top cap here. There is a little bit of this purple powder kind of all over everything, and then now I have like the sand and the gritty stuff all over me from making a mess. This is the first bit of plastic non-recyclable I've seen, and this looks like I don't know if this is a slice of soap. It's very soft, and it looks messy, but it's just sealed into a simple you know, film bag here. I have to tip my hat to Lush and how consistent they are, how they've really pushed their values to the forefront, and packaging is a big piece of that, and their communication around it. This is a cool gifting experience. I think you know, there's some grace that's extended to a brand that's really trying to eliminate packaging, or, you know, be as conscious as possible about it. You know, that little bit of purple dust and stuff that might be in there is probably something that we can live with, and you know, I think if their consumers are valuing that as well, they would probably extend that same grace for not packaging everything. But cool experience, cool gift, great brand, double thumbs up.